Robbie, Saida, we've been able to move closer to the area where city officials are going to be. You can see the tape that's been put up by law enforcement here restricting people from crossing over into what city officials are calling Zone 1. This is the area that is expected to be cleared out here within the next 30 minutes. Robbie, we're told by the Tucson Fire Department that the attic space of the second home just right over my shoulder made containing this fire quite difficult. I'm going to step out of the way so we can show you what this looks like as the sun starts to come up here. You can see the roof just absolutely collapsed down the middle of this home. Pieces of it still all over the place. Robbie, Saida, we are starting to see some activity this morning. Workers out here putting up temporary fencing in the area that these protesters held in Encampment at overnight. You can see them putting up this fencing now. We're told by university officials this is going to stay up for the next couple of weeks, ultimately until they deem it is good for them to take it back down. We can now, in fact, confirm that a Tucson police officer has died following a collision here at 6 and Campbell. The procession just wrapping up over an hour ago. We do want to give you a live look this morning of the scene. Crews hard at work trying to determine what all unfolded at this intersection. Robbie, Saida, the new program intends to enhance communication between law enforcement and those on the autism spectrum during traffic stops, and it's all done in the matter of an envelope. One thing that you'll notice here on campus is these signs that read university policy states non-academic activity on the mall must conclude by 10:30 p.m. Those that do not disperse will be part of an unlawful assembly and be subject to arrest for trespassing. Now, this all comes as speculation is swirling that the university will close down UA Mall until commencement. Well, good morning, guys. Many people here breathing a sense of relief after yesterday's threats were deemed not credible. If you take a look at your screen, you can just see for yourself how close these three schools were to each other, about a 5-mile radius. It's an opportunity like none other, flying a sailplane. But for some, that's not possible. One Marana group looks to change that.
Who wants to go now? Yeah, okay.
It was an easy yes for USA Paralympian and U of A adaptive athlete Abby Dunn, embarking on an experience she had never imagined would happen.
No, I never thought I would be able to do that.
Today in Marana, Dunn strapped into the pilot's seat and took off down the runway, soaring more than 15,000 feet above the ground. The experience was made possible with the help of Freedom's Wings Arizona, a Marana-based group focused on sharing the joy of flying with the disabled community. Ernie Hilborn helped found the group and is proud of the work that's been done.
It is just amazing what we can do and give them an opportunity to get out of their wheelchair for a period of time, even if it's just for a few minutes.
Though Dunn's experience in the sky was fairly brief, it's the memory of being in control and at peace that will stay with her forever.
It was super fun. He showed me a bunch of stuff around Tucson that you don't get to see when you're driving. So I don't know, and I got to control it a little bit, which is a little scary, but it was cool.
Ending her day, Dunn with a big smile and a thumbs up. FWA looks to continue to give this experience to more in the disabled community. Reporting from Marana, Conor McGill, News 4 Tucson. It may just look like a bunch of board games, but to one Vail woman, it's more than that. Rather, a mission to put smiles on faces of those who serve our country hundreds of meters under the sea.
We need approximately 1,134 games to fulfill the rest of the mission.
In a room solely dedicated to board games, Wendy Gibbler and Nicole Palesi are hard at work, taking apart board games, bagging them up, and packing them into a library. For Gibbler, it's a love and a passion. It all started at a conference in Texas. She decided to get a handful of board games and send them to her grandson. His name, Jaden Medley. He's a U.S. Navy sailor stationed on the U.S. Illinois.
His expression of, wow, I can't wait to play and my buddies are gonna like this. And when they started doing it, I realized he shouldn't be the only one that has this really great package. I think that every single sailor should have this package, every single submarine.
She's putting together her own game room of sorts, Since November, Gibbler has put together 20 libraries of board games. And like Santa, she was able to get them delivered.
It was like children on Christmas morning. They were so excited, so happy. They couldn't wait to have downtime to see what was in the box.
Gibbler says the boxes have gained quite the traction. So much so that when her grandson went on another submarine, he spotted a group of sailors playing some of the games she said.
He said when he saw it, it just kind of lit up, and his buddies have told him, yeah, we've already pulled it out. There's some really great games in here. They're so different. They're so fun.
Gibbler tells me she's happy to have some skin in the game. Bottom line, she's grateful to give back.
It's just important for me to give. My parents were always very generous as possible, and it's something that's been carried through our family.
Gibbler will need over 1,000 board games to help complete her mission. It's a tall task, but one Wendy Gibbler says she's up for. Reporting from Vail, Conor McGill, News 4 Tucson.